Today we are back with another MBA battle. Now this week we are facing off against the Indiana Keldeos and their coach John W. Now I don't really know much about John W. He's a new coach this season, replacing the Melbourne Metagross. But I do know that he's a pretty good player. He did win one of the Token Minorities qualifier tournaments, one of them that I was in. So yeah, he's definitely going to be pretty decent to play, and he does have a very threatening team versus ours. He has a team of Victini, Diggersby, Nihilego, Tangrowth, Dragonite, Mega Blastoise, Piloswine, Deblade, Alolan Persian, Raichu, Kangaskhan, and Togetic. So this matchup, although it's like very threatening because he has a lot of offensive threats. I do also have a lot of offensive threats versus his team that we're gonna get into right now. So the first Pokemon we brought is going to be our Shell Smash Crustle. Now, if we look at the team, if I get a Shell Smash up versus his team, I can literally just win the game from there because the combination of Stone Edge, X-Scissor, and Earthquake pretty much does massive damage and just kills like almost everything on his team. Pokemon that can live these attacks after the Shell Smash would be Dragonite, no, not Dragonite, Mega Blastoise, that's what I meant. Piloswine, Deblade. I'm pretty sure Alolan Persian doesn't live in Kangaskhan, so we're gonna need to support that later with our hazards and stuff. The speed is so that after a Shell Smash, I believe I outspeed the Alolan Persian, so that's all I really needed speed for. And then I have Papa Berry. The reason I have this is because if I Shell Smash and he knocks me down into my Sturdy, I gain back 50%, which means that attacks like the Quick Attack from the Diggersby or Extreme Speed from the Dragonite will not be able to kill me from there. Just kind of like things you have to think about in team prep. Based on what's going to revenge kill me. So yeah, that's why we have the Eye of Papa Berry, so that I can get maximum like value versus his team with this Crustle. Next Pokemon we have is kind of our Dragonite response. We have a Umbreon with Foul Play, Wish, Protect, and Heal Bell. Just kind of max defense. Yeah, Dragonite response, as I said, also helps me take on the Victini a little bit well. Takes hits from the Diggersby. It's kind of just support for my team. I needed Wish and Protect kind of on this team, as well as just a nice sponge to take any hit and get off a Foul Play because he is a very offensive team. Um, it's also a really nice Deblade response if I do need that. Um, so yeah, that's the purpose of Umbreon on this team. Next Pokemon we have is going to be our Spike Stacking Ferrothorn. This is my support for my Crustle right here. Gyro Ball, Stealth Rock, Spikes, and Power Whip with just max HP, max Spadef. I did not mean to open that. Anyways, sorry, that's my Discord if it wasn't obvious. But yeah, that set versus his team does do like decently. It's kind of to help me deal with the Blastoise or at least take a hit, and then with the Nihilego too, and then also just of course Stealth Rock and Spikes. So yeah, that's the purpose of Ferrothorn on this team. Um, Now we get down to our breakers and one sweeper. We have our Xurkitree with Substitute, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice, and Energy Ball. This speed is to help me outspeed the Diggersby and the Dragonite if they are max speed. And then these attacks just basically destroy everything on his team. Sub is so if I come in on like a Blastoise or something and he wants to switch out, I get up a sub and I just nuke something. He literally has no switch into this Pokemon, which is really nice. I love Xurkitree. It's done so well this season. Super excited to keep using it. Um, oh, well that's weird. So I definitely had EVs on this thing. I'm pretty sure my EVs were to outspeed the Nihilego, which would have been 337 and then 92 in my HP. So yeah, that's the Crobat. I hope I had that in the battle. I might have not. But yeah, so we have Crobat with Brave Bird, Pursuit, U-Turn, and Roost. Now the reasons for these attacks is because he just doesn't really switch in very well. Even the Nihilego, which is supposed to be a resist, doesn't take these attacks very well, just because of the fact that it's like such a monster versus his team. So yeah, Pursuit, Brave Bird, U-Turn, and Roost. All the attacks I really need because I U-Turn out on the Deblade or the Nihilego if they come in. And then yeah, it's lit with my Crobat. Then the last Pokemon we have is going to be our Scarf Blastoise. This is kind of a response to a lot of shit on his team because Water Spout and Ice Beam and just Surf overall, they all just do very well. It's a Scarf Spinner, which could be, I don't know, detrimental, but it should be fine. We have max speed so that I speed tie with the max speed Scarf Diggersby, like at the very worst. Um, and then I also think that this thing will be able to be good versus the Dragonite pretty much. So that's like, I'll get into that more later in the battle, but yeah, let's just get right into this battle. So you guys can see he has a team of Victini, Diggersby, Tangrowth, Dragonite, Nihilego, and Blastoise. So right off the bat, it's looking like if I get Stealth Rocks up and whittle everything down a little bit, my Crustle will be able to just sweep the rest of his team. So that's kind of a game plan I had for this battle. Scarf Blastoise also does a lot of work. Xurkitree can do a lot of work. A lot of my breakers do a lot of work this matchup. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So we lead off with our Blastoise as he leads off with his own Blastoise. And now, right off the bat, I just feel like switching into my Umbreon is a pretty no drawback play because I know he's probably not going to click anything that should threaten my Umbreon right away because that would be kind of ballsy. Come to think of it, he probably could have clicked Aura Sphere, but my plan was going to be like to go into my Crobat on the Aura Sphere. He does unfortunately burn me turn 1, which means that he also gets burned, which is pretty helpful for me actually. So here I'm actually going to go right into my Crobat after I protect, because he does go for Aura Sphere. I'm pretty sure that's what I do. I don't know, I haven't seen this replay in a while. But yeah, the Aura Sphere is going to come out there and do pretty big damage. Like, I'm stupid. I'm out of it. Yeah, Aura Sphere doesn't do anything because I protected. Okay. Anyways, I go into my Crobat there, U-turn out in the Tangrowth, and the Ferrothorn is going to come in, and the Iron Barbs are going to come off there, and he gets rid of my Occaberry, unfortunately, with the knockoff, so now Nihilego a threat, but I do get up my rocks, and now I can kind of force in the Blastoise to spin them. And I know that he can't really touch my Blastoise too well with anything, so I just go right into it and fire off a Water Spout just to get decent damage. So I kind of revealed that I might be like a more offensive Blastoise, but hey, it's whatever. And I actually double into my Crobat, predicting him to go into the Tangrowth there, which was a nice play on my part, because now I can U-turn here and get big damage off and then Nihilego. Like, even though it doesn't look very big, it is pretty significant. And now I just Water Spout again. Actually, no, I double into my Ferrothorn because I wanted to, 1, scout that he might be Scarf Nihilego, and with like Thunderbolt, and 2, I wanted to try to catch the Tangrowth and get my rocks back up. He goes for Hidden Power Fire, which doesn't do very much to me, as I can just go right into my Crobat here and fire off Brave Birds. No, actually, I U-turn here. I U-turn on. I actually roost. I don't know what I'm thinking. But yeah, I switch out because I'm still afraid of a Scarf Nihilego, and he gets up his Toxic Spikes, which is kind of annoying, but it should be fine because I just Gyro Ball here. Get the Tangrowth down. I could have set up a spike there, but hey, it's whatever. Probably would have been one of my better plays. But now I just Brave Bird and I nuke the Nihilego, which is one of the really like nice things about Nihilego, like, or fighting it. It's pretty threatening, but it doesn't have the best physical bulk, so even these resisted attacks can do a lot to it. So yeah, the Brave Bird, it just destroys Nihilego. Now he goes into his Diggersby, and I thought he'd Quick Attack there. So basically, if he killed me with a Quick Attack, he was more than likely not going to be Scarf. And he was probably going to be Banded. I wanted to see from the damage, and if so, I could have just gone into my Crustle, set up a Shell Smash, and potentially just won the game from there. Because if we look at the Blastoise, I actually can't look at it right now. Blastoise was at, well, there it is. It's at enough HP for where an X-Scissor will just kill it. And I just kill 3 Pokemon with Crobat, as, you know, he just does not have any switch-ins to this thing. So yeah, that was very nice. It's also kind of leading me to believe that he might not have extreme speed on the Dragonite, because if he did, he would have probably gone for it earlier and or not sacked the Blastoise to potentially get off a spin. So yeah, here I just go into my Blastoise, as I can now just fire off Water Spouts, and it basically just pressures everything else on his team, and the only thing it doesn't pressure I can switch out on. So yeah, he takes rocks with the Victini as I go for Scarf Water Spout and just blow that thing back. Didn't have a reason to overpredict there. Now he can go into the Dragonite, however, I'm not overly afraid of it. I'm just going to sack my Crustle here. If he's not Z-move, then he probably does not kill my Crustle from here with like a regular Dragon Claw or anything, but he is Z-move on the Dragonite. And now, the reason I made this play instead of going into something else is because I thought it was much more likely for him to be an Adamant DD Dragonite than it was for him to be a Jolly DD Dragonite, so I'm going to take that risk. I don't feel like it's much of a risk, actually, because it's like, it makes sense for him to be Adamant DD Dragonite, just versus my team. So yeah, I go into my Blastoise and just fire off an Ice Beam. Since I am Scarfed, I do have confidence that I will outspeed that thing. And the Ice Beam does a bit to the AV Tangrowth, but not too much, obviously. And now the Dragonite's going to come in, and I expect a Fire Punch, but I just kind of have to sack this thing here. And now what I can do is I can go into my Xurkitree and start putting really big pressure on his team with the Hidden Power Ices. So Hidden Power Ice is going to come out here, and I was kind of afraid of a Earthquake here. However, it wouldn't have done enough to my, like, anything else to the point where I would be afraid, because my Ice Beam would have been able to kill after that if he did go for the Earthquake and then switched out. So yeah, I just Hidden Power Ice here, kill the Dragonite, and then we go for the Hidden Power Ice again, kill the Tangrowth, and yeah, we take this victory. So yeah, good game to my friend John. He does seem like a very good battler. He is now 2-1, I believe, in this league. But yeah, we did come out on top this week. So now we are also 2-1. So yeah, we take those. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.